on today's video, we have an account overview of MF, a 375 million power whale who's gone up as far as 435, 2,115 legendary commander sculptures sitting in his bag. Trust me when I tell you, his bag is nuts. We're gonna get to see a big part of it, his commanders, everything along the way. Keep your eyes off the 11.9 million gems, because that's the thing too. But yeah, we're gonna go over all this, talk a little bit about this account. Sit back, drop a like on the video, and let's go. Hey there YouTube, welcome back to Gecko Gaming. Today we have an account overview of a player that's been playing for about a year, Rise of Kingdoms, but is one of the bigger whales in this game. Before we start, I'm a sponsored content creator by Rise of Kingdoms. If you enjoy the content, consider liking the video, and of course, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell to get a notification. We're gonna start covering some of these whales. If you guys have anyone you want to see their account from the inside, let them know, and let me know as well that you wanna see that. Maybe they'll be up for it. I'm totally down to show any account of any big player who wants to show it off, and you don't have to show everything. In this video, for example, MF left a few things out of it, which you'll see in as well. Let's get into it, but don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So, let's start off with a very important fact. The previous video I did about him, carded up on the top right, where he spent 4.5 million gems, was after all of this. Before all this, not after. This was before all this. So all that AP is some of the leftovers of what that was, and he's back up to 11.9 million gems. Ooh. Anyway, at 3,190,967 100 XP tome books, I mean, this guy can probably get to a point where he's level 60, like 10 legendary commanders with all of this. No problem. Not even thinking about it twice. And I didn't even do the math. I might be completely wrong, but I don't think I am. There's another 200 million in here alone. So yeah, I don't know about all that. I'm telling you, this guy has crazy amounts of things in his bags. The AP is just nuts. I'd gladly just take this. I don't need all of this. I just take that. I'll take half of this, heck. And the crazy part is, look at the talent resets. Most of you don't really think of talent resets much, but as a big player who's often like serving multiple roles within a war, I would assume he changes talent trees throughout war of commanders fairly consistently. And if I were to guess, he spent his alliance credits, which we saw him earn in the last video, on these things right there rather than gems, but I might be completely wrong. He might be spending the gems on that as well. I don't know. But this is nuts. This is crazy. If we go to the next page, you've already seen some of it in the intro. 2,115 legendary commander sculptures, 7,000 gold stars, over 1,000 of both of the special ones. What on earth is this? Now, let me give you some context really quickly so you can kind of understand what kind of a player this is. And my throat's hurting a little bit, so I apologize if my voice goes a little up and down. He has 4,742 epic commander sculptures. Now, epic commander sculptures are not something you necessarily buy per se. The amounts you can potentially buy with money are fairly low. And so for him to have 4,000 of them spare, and I have 4,000 of them spare myself, it goes to show you how much he's done in 1 year that I did in 2. He actually has all the epics expertise. You'll see that just like I do, and has just as many epic commander sculptures as I do. And on top of all that, he has 2,115 legendary commander sculptures available. Whew. It's getting hot in here. And we just started. Take your eyes off of those 11.9 million gems. Yeah, that's there too. I've never seen that number so small, but then again, that last video showed us that too. Anyway, looking at his resources page, that is 20 million VIP. That is 20 million VIP. He can make it to VIP 17 almost 10 times. Well, he can definitely make it 10 times, right? Oh my Lord. Good Lord. And he's VIP 17, right? And still has all of this. So these are coming from purchases, right? These come from purchases. And all these are like chests he's opened and things like that. This is all purchases. This would be purchases too. That's why they're so big. These are the daily bundles, the $9 bundles you can get. And this is the regular bundle. So that's why he has more of these than anything else. All the others are just stuff he's picked up along the way. 281,000 resource pack C's. It's kind of nutty. That's kind of nutty. He chose not to show us the rest of his resources at this point. I would assume he's sitting on a decent amount of resources. You'll see why I assume that in a moment. But regardless, you can see right up there, his resources are in a decent shape. That's not even a million tier 5s. So he definitely has more resources than that. And he's probably just keeping it to himself to kind of maintain somewhat of a competitive advantage, which is what I mentioned previously. If any of you guys want to show us your account, but also don't want to show too much of it, your speed ups, for example, your resources, which are two things that MF did not show us, that's a good thing. It's very appreciated. Regardless, just giving us an inside look on what your account looks like is just crazy as is. He did show us, however, I think that the minimum kind of things that people want to see are maybe the equipment, the commanders, how they sit, and a little bit of your bag on things that are like extravagantly cool to see, the gems as well and all that. I would assume those are things that people want to see more than anything else. If you want to not show your speed ups, not show your resources, not show your equipment chests, material chests, which we also don't have that from MF, that's completely fine. I think that that's reasonable, right, to maintain that strategic advantage still. This is actually a picture I want to stop in for a moment to appreciate a little bit the brains behind the player, right? Because, and don't take it the wrong way, you perverts. The guy could easily summon Attila. 180 sculptures means he won that MGE, and he could expertise him, and that's that. We saw he has 2,100 sculptures, right? Why didn't he do it? Well, because it's a waste. It is a waste. It's a waste to spend Legendary Commander sculptures on Attila when he's locked for 58 days. So what he said is essentially there is no point. I'll win one Attila MGE, unlock him. I believe he did that in Kingdom 369. And then when he went back to 561, he essentially said, well, there's no point in me expertising or even summoning this guy because why, right? Why would he do it? He has no use for him for the next 2 months. And this is why I really appreciate him, because he could just go extravagant for no reason. But you can say that him buying all that he buys and the gems he has and all that, that is already extravagant. But the fact that he has this, not expertised and locked, tells you that he's also thinking about usability and not only about like just waste. If he would have spent those sculptures then, it would have just been a waste. Maybe other commanders would have come out that are much, much, much better. And then he would be like, okay, I'm going to go to a younger kingdom, unlock those, expertise those, play with those there, and not do Attila. So it's a really interesting take on Attila. I'm sure he'll expertise him eventually. But for now, that's that. I don't think he has Takeda in here yet. But then again, Takeda was a wheel commander, right? I would assume he went to a kingdom. He just did a Mightiest Governor. There was no Takeda wheel happening, and so he just bailed on it. He's like, it's whatever. It's not a big deal. You can't use them too anyway, right? So what does it matter? Expertise commanders all over, with the exception of Wu Zetian, which Wu Zetian, I would give him a pass on her, right? A player like him is probably much more useful on the offense than on the defense. He's probably rallying +4 swarms. So having the commanders for Garrison available might not be the best thing for him and for his team. I would assume there are a couple of people in that team of his in 561 right now who do have that Wu Zetian expertise, and they do the garrisoning while he does the fighting. So I'm okay with giving him a pass on that. Wu Zetian, she's, I believe, the only non-expertise legendary. Her, and Ishida. For crying out loud, the man even has a Charlemagne level 60 expertise. That's crazy. Maybe we'll get some tests with him with his Charlemagne. You guys want to see that? Leave me a comment down below and let me know. And also, he sent us a video of him donating sculptures to stage 3 of Eve of the Crusader Fortress. If you guys are interested in seeing that, smash the like on this video, and of course, let me know down below. That's the only reason I would maybe use Attila, just so in stage 3 I don't accidentally put these in by mistake. But he didn't do it, so it's not the biggest of deals. Everything expertised, Ishida not expertised, but level 60, so that's okay. Everything here is level 60. Everything that can be expertised is expertised, and just nuts. Equipment, my lord almighty. 7 equipment pieces, 7 of them. available. I mean, the man's got the two times this, which means for 2 times he was in Lost Canyon long enough to get the blueprint. One of them is actually an infantry special talent, which is insane. So the fact that he has 2 of these and 2 of these, and he's in Kingdom 561, which is just going into KVK Season 3. I mean, I would maybe Lost Canyon came into Season 1 and 2 as well, and I just don't remember it being part of it because we only got it after those 2 happened. So maybe this is from the first 2 KVKs, and that would make more sense, maybe. Eternal Night, always beautiful. And he has a Golden Age. Spoiler alert, you'll see a couple more Golden Ages, but not made yet. Abyssal Visage in not special talented. A bunch of epic equipment all over the place. More epic equipment. I mean, for crying out loud, 2 of these went to Cavalry, which is nuts. He has 1 more, and I believe he has 1 more blueprint. I'm not so sure. We'll go take a look at those 2. 2 of these procced. 1 is Archer, 1 is Infantry, which is nutty. Very, very nutty. Silent Trials, 2 of them. 1 being Infantry Special, which is insane. And add to that 2 Delane Amulets to the list. I mean, my goodness gracious. He even has equipment on his epics, for crying out loud. Now, I'm not gonna compile what he has on every commander, but you guys can see that, and the camera kind of went nuts. Apologies for that. You guys can see that and let me know in the comments, either in the comments or on Discord. Better to send me Discord message with which commander has which equipment if you feel like knowing what that is, and I can make a nice little graphic for it if that's something you're interested in. I was not going to go through every piece of equipment and map it to each commander with this because it's too much. Way too much work. He has a ton of equipment for epics, for legendaries, for everything. Like, heck, this man's got just stacked. Stacked, 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 stacked. Add to that, his blueprints. Has a very good set of blueprints still available. I'm very jealous of both of these, really, really badly. I really want them. The fact that he has 1 of these Dark Lord Blessings, and he also made a Dark Lord's Blessing, I believe. No, he hasn't made one yet. Has he? No, he has not. Okay, so he has 2 Dark Lord's Blessing blueprints still available to be made, and another Golden Age on top of that. Quinn's, he still has 1 of these, which is nuts. He procced 2 out of the 7 rather than the 8, which is really, 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 really lucky. And more blueprints all over the place. I mean, these blueprints are just crazy. Fragments, he's on his way to Milky Way and to a Shadow Legion. 11 Eternal Nights tells me that he hunts. He hunts the Barbarian Keeps and Camps. Revival, Helm, and Plate are kind of low because it's an event and it's all about luck. You can't do anything about that. 13 more Dark Lord Blessings means he's still hunting 21 of these. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Tomorrow on stream, we might get 2 more of these blueprints and make 1 more of these Golden Ages. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be there to watch that. Maybe we'll get a little bit of luck from you being in the stream, 4 p.m. UTC on Saturday. And yeah, those are his fragments. Materials are looking very, very nice. His materials seem a little bit low-ish, but for 7 legendary equipment, I don't blame him. He also hasn't shown us his equipment chests. He kept that to himself. I would guess that he has a good amount of epics, legendaries. He does the Garden of Infinity. He wins events to get legendaries. I mean, if you have 7 legendary equipment parts, you're definitely doing something right in terms of materials, and I would assume he has more to go. And now we're going to take a quick peek at his stats, because you guys might think that this man is just like a whale who spends money and doesn't know what he's doing. First and foremost, let's start with something one of you guys pointed in the comments down below, which is his achievement wall has this. Kill 1 billion troops. He's killed over 1 billion troops. Now you guys might say, oh, but he is probably killing tier 1s. So look at his kills in the past since what was it? November last year? October last year? I'm pretty sure he's not killing tier 1s. I'm pretty confident he's not killing tier 1s. I mean, out of 324 million kills, 10 million of that is non-tier 4s and 5s, which is kind of crazy. It also is weird, right? Because in theory, this doesn't add up, right? This and that doesn't add up. But somehow, he has 1 billion killed units. So, I mean, this is weird. I'm going to need to figure this one out a little bit better. But this is nuts. Kill 1 billion units. That's actually fairly nuts. I wonder if this is also like neutral units and stuff like that, because he's missing a decent amount. I wonder how this happened. I just now thought about it. Let's go look really quickly at his more info, because he's killed 324 mil, right? But he lost 25 million troops. 25 million troops! And add to that 37 billion assisted resources. 37 billion assisted resources. So he doesn't only train a crazy amount of troops, fights like crazy, has all the commanders, everything he needs. He's also helping his alliance mates out, which is kinda crazy. What you could arguably say is that because he jumps between 561 and 369, who are pretty much one big family, you could arguably say that when he leaves this kingdom, for example, he might have to resource assist all of his resources to someone just to be able to jump. So theoretically, if he jumps quite a bit, you could say that when he jumps and gives all this away, it's 2.5 billion resources more, but he still has given them away, right? So that's kind of crazy. That is really, really, really crazy. MF, thank you very much for all the screenshots. Thank you very much for all the content. We might have a couple more videos of him and things that he did. If you guys want to see any other whales account, let them know that I'm open to do this. If they are willing to do it, they can hit me up and I'll definitely go for it. I'm not bothering any big whales with showing off their accounts. I don't want to be that guy to bother them with that. If you guys want to see it, you go bother them. Tell them Gecko's doing this. It'd be awesome if you do it. If they want to do it, they'll know how to reach me. Trust me, they'll know how to reach me. And yeah, I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. I appreciate every single one of you for dropping a like on the video, subscribing, supporting the channel. I'll see you on stream tomorrow. Crazy stream coming up tomorrow. We got a couple of things to go over. Until the next time, have a good one. Take care. Peace.